Good morning, children. Once again, welcome to biology class. So today we are going to start with the factors which affect transpiration process. Now there are external factors which affect transpiration, and internal factors are also there which affect transpiration. So external factors leads to intensity of sunlight, transpiration, then temperature, then velocity of wind, humidity, carbon dioxide, and atmospheric pressure. So let's take intensity of sunlight. So during the daytime, the stomata they remain open to facilitate the diffusion of the carbon dioxide for photosynthesis process. So there will be more transpiration during the day, and during night time there will be less transpiration and there will be no transpiration in night. The temperature also affect transpiration. If the temperature is higher outside, then the evaporation will be more and there will be more transpiration process, or there will be more evaporation of the water and there is increase in transpiration. Now velocity of the wind also leads to transpiration, because transpiration increases with the velocity of the wind. If the wind, because wind blows more faster than water vapor which are released by the plant, it also removed faster, and then there will be more transpiration. Humidity, transpiration reduce if the humidity is there in outside. Now high humidity is reduces the rate of outward diffusion, due to which there is less rate of transpiration. Carbon dioxide, if the level of the carbon dioxide is increases outside, then it also decreases the rate of transpiration process, because the metal gets closer. As a result, transpiration will be less. Atmospheric pressure, now rate of transpiration increases with the decrease in atmospheric pressure, so it enhances the diffusion of water vapor. Now internal factors are also there which affects the transpiration process. Water content of the leaf, so if the water content of the leaf get decreases, therefore less absorption of water is there, and therefore transpiration rate also decreases. So there is less water content, that means less transpiration. Now adaptations in plant to reduce excessive transpiration. Now many plants which grow in deserted areas, they have certain modified structures which reduces the rate of transpiration. Number one is the sunken stomata. Now the stomata they remain sunken, or they are covered by hairs to reduce the rate of transpiration. Okay, so they have not prominent structures, and due to this rate of transpiration will be low. Fewer stomata. So in deserted plants, number of stomatas there may be reduced, though they are few in numbers. Narrow leaf. Now the leaves they also become narrow in size, and to reduce the surface area, so there will be less transpiration. Reduced exposed surfaces. So in some cases the leaves they may be rolled, they may be wavy, they may be folded to reduce the transpiration process. Loss of leaves. In some leaves, plants leaves they may be dropped, or they may be absent, or they may be changed into spines to reduce the transpiration process. Thick cuticle, now the leaves they may be covered with a thick cuticle, due to which transpiration process will be less. So here some significance of transpiration is there, how this plant transpiration process is helpful for the plant. So and earlier children I told you about that plants produce cooling effect to the plant. So evaporation reduces the temperature of the leaf surface, therefore transpiration is useful in hot weathers, and it also provides the cooling effect in hot weather. Now sunken force is also created during the transpiration process, because transpiration process it helps an ascent of sap to produce suction force, which make the plant to absorb more water in larger plants, or in the plants which are of great height. Now this draws water from the cells at the lower surface, and finally it favors absorption water from the soil by the roots. Distribution of water and mineral salts. Now this, you know that leaves are present at the tip of the branches and the twigs, so transpiration from the surface it draws water from them, and it helps in the distribution of water throughout the plant body. Now higher the rate of transpiration, greater the rate of absorption of water and solutes from the soil. Now direct loss of water by plants, so it is known as guttation and bleeding. Now some plants, they may lose water directly, that is in the form of liquid, and this is not in the form of water vapor. Now this is done by guttation or bleeding process. Now guttation, there are minute pores which are present at the margin of the leaf. Now these minute pores, they are termed as hydrothods. Now during the humid conditions or the humid environment, that's the transpiration hampers while the roots continue to absorb water from the soil. Now this absorption causes the hydrostatic pressure in the plant and forces out the excess water directly from these small pores. Now these, as you know, that these pores are known as hydrothods, and they are present in the on the margins of the leaf. So this allows the excretion of these excess water, and the process is known as guttation. Next is the bleeding, sometimes due to injury in the plant. So due to injury, the plant escapes some sap from the ruptured area, and the root pressure is generated by the plant, and this leads in bleeding. So this is all for transpiration process, children. Here the difference between the transpiration and guttation is there. That means the transpiration process, water is lost in the form of water vapor, whereas in guttation process, water is lost in the form of water droplets. Now in transpiration process, pure water only changes into the vapor form, whereas in guttation process, water which is lost from the guttation, it is also contains mineral salts in solution. Now water vapor is lost through the stomata, the lenticels and the cuticle, whereas in guttation water is lost through the hydrothods, which are the special openings found on the leaf margins. Now transpiration also, it may lead to turgidity in leaves and it causes wilting, whereas there is no effect in turgidity of the leaf in guttation process. So this is all about transpiration and the difference between the transpiration and guttation. In next class we'll meet and we'll read about the photosynthesis process. Thank you and have a nice day.